At the beginning of episode 3, we flash back to the night of the party where Jenny is looking for Chris, who is nowhere to be found. Then she gets inside Pete's car. He dropped her home and she asked him not to tell her dad. Pete then sneaks inside through the back, something he never mentioned to anyone. Present-day Tom is at the train station following his only lead, train reference in Chris's scooter. Zoe is texting Chris asking him about Jenny. Sophie is going to see Henry, who is undergoing dialysis. He asks her to get his shirt from home. At Jojo's house, he and his family have tied up his friend in the bathroom. While in Henry's room, Sophie is looking for his shirt and discovers the blood-stained shirt that he had hidden earlier. Sophie then visits Zoe and asks her to make a list of people who might hold a grudge against her. Tom gets a call that makes him worry. It's some guy who knows where Jenny is and will tell him for $5,000 and asks him to not call the police. He leaves immediately with Pete. At the hospital, Sophie questions Henry about the blood. He tells her that there was a fight, but he was not in it. Tom is the assigned surgeon for Henry. Tom has arranged the cash and he and Pete have a plan. Sia blackmails Martin, accusing him of seeing her undress every time when she gets out of the pool. She then warns him and lets him go. Now Tom gets out of the train and drops off the money. He then moves to a corner and starts recording. A guy comes and takes the package and Pete starts going after him. Tom informs Pete that he is one of the bouncers from heaven and Pete insists on leaving it to him. The bouncer gets Pete, but Tom intervenes. He reveals to them that she did come to heaven that night and was looking for Bobby, the manager that Tom spoke to, but he wasn't there. She came alone and left. Suddenly Tom gets a call that Carrie never arrived at the school. Meanwhile, Sia tells her parents that she took care of Martin and they don't have to worry. At the school, the teacher has no idea, so Tom requests to speak with Carrie's best friend. She tells Tom that she might be at the community center where Carrie and Jenny often visited because their mom used to work there. Tom heads to the community center and upon asking about his daughters came to know that they visit this place a lot and 4 days back they both were here. Tom is upset and struggles with his emotions as he has no idea what is going on in his daughter's life. The woman suggests to Tom that Carrie might be at the City Art Gallery where they used to visit a lot with their mother. Zoe gives the list of people to Emma who might have tried to frame her. Emma comes to get Sophie at the hospital and gives her the list. Tom arrives at the art gallery and is relieved to see Carrie there. He tells her about Heaven and Bobby, asks if she knows anything, but she doesn't. When Jojo was trying to move the body, Sophie and Emma came to visit them. They ask them about any dispute they ever had with Zoe. They tell them that it was while back about Cia's role in a musical, but nothing significant. Tom and Carrie are looking online for Bobby and discover that his real name is Archie Roberts. Sophie visits Tom and asks about Henry's dialysis, which does not look very good. They both admit to each other that they want to be together. After she left, Tom on the internet found out that Bobby used to be Rachel's boyfriend in high school. Determined to find the answer, he visits Bobby, who accepts that Jenny came to visit him that night, but he wasn't there and had no idea who she was. He confesses to Tom that he still isn't over Rachel. He gives Tom a note that Jenny left for him which says, "I know about Jasmine." Bobby has no idea what it means. Tom and Pete cannot find anything about Jasmine online. When they go look in Rachel's car, they find parking tickets to Jasmine Hall. Emma visits Sophie and reveals that the boy's photo in Zoe's locker was pulled from the internet and the photo was taken 20 years ago. Meanwhile, Jojo and Sia are dumping the body in the lake. Tom goes to Jasmine Hall and finds out that Jasmine Hall is a psychiatric institution. Meanwhile, Chris' body resurfaces and floats in the lake.